Godox SL60W. A pretty old light, a lot of reviews, a lot of positive feedbacks, but today we're going to do a test that is going to be different. Stay tuned and find out more right after this intro. Godox SL60W has been a favorite for a long time. You have tech tubers and content specialists had a look at this thing from time to time and again, and you'd find a lot of positive feedbacks about this light. But I came across a test scenario that I couldn't find a lot of videos about, and that's doing a booklight technique, which usually the filmmakers approach. If I have to give a quick fact sheet about the SL60W, it's a COB chip on board daylights, which is suitable for quality video production. It has a long and strong power cord, and it comes with a remote control. You do have a reflector dish Bowens mount. The fan is audible, but if you're keeping it bright like 50%, mostly it won't even turn up. One of the reasons why it's famous is because the direct price cut down version of the famous Aputure C120D, and that it delivers high quality light with 95 CRI. You can put up a non-pricier softbox on it and use it like I'm doing right now. It's a pretty good light to use with a softbox. Now, all of the above said is true, and it's almost also true that most tech tubers and content creators use it either facing directly towards them with a softbox via Bowens mount, or top down for a product shoot, etc. Filmmakers usually prefer the book light or maybe a curve lighting setup, which is not to shine the light straight onto the face, but bounce it off a reflector and then diffuse it. Keep in mind, for that you need a reasonably powerful light. So we'll put this light to a 3-scene setup and see if it's soft enough to fall nicely onto the face and lit it up properly. So here comes our first test scene. For the first scene, I have f-stop set to 2, shutter speed of 50 and ISO 400. I have two main light sources, main daylight from the window, which is casting this green light on the right shoulder, and a warm light from the lamp, which is casting the yellow light on the left side. Diffuser is about 1 meter away from the subject, and the distance of diffuser from the light and the light to the reflector is about 8 inches each. Now let's scroll through various brightness levels. Remember, this is not a direct light hitting the subject like we do in our YouTube videos. It's more of a natural lighting setup used in commercials and films. Keep in mind, I'm not cutting down any light spill using negative cloths or brackets. I'm using a golden reflector to cast a slightly yellowish light, as we have a lamp with a golden light as well, and the reflected light then passes through the diffuser to reach our subject. In scene 2, we have the f-stop to 2, shutter speed at 50 and ISO at 640. I've placed a kicker light just above the left lamp, which I'm using as a practical. Keeping the diffuser about 1.25 meter away from the subject. This time it's a white reflector that I'm using. As the scene is almost dark with very little daylight, I'm able to get the right exposure at about 90%. Keep in mind, I'm at 640 ISO. It's a hot day with a 37-degree temperature, and with no air cons turned on, the light is hitting about 90 Fahrenheit. Now for the scene 3, we have the f-stop to 1.7, a shutter speed of 50 and ISO at 500. It's the same lamp practical light with a kicker light just above it. I have my diffuser about 3.5 feet away from the subject, and the distance from diffuser to the light and light to the reflector is about 7 inches. Now let's scroll through various brightness levels. The temperature did remain mostly around the same when used at 70% brightness for even 30 minutes. Fan is fairly audible, however, does a great job to keep the overall unit from getting hot. Practically, I keep my remote handy. Even in the shoot, we try to keep it off at the time of adjustments. Now, I could have it more brighter or darker, but for the scene, I found 50% to be fair enough brightness. So there it is, a few scenarios using the SL60W. And if I have to share my opinions, I think there is nothing much to complain. It has a bowen mount, an easy locking mechanism. It doesn't flicker in high frame rates, and it's pretty bright even in the dark, moody situations, as you've already seen. For my reviews while using a softbox, I have to keep it at 35% max brightness, and it's just about enough. And that way, it doesn't even trigger the fan. So the only thing I really miss is the battery, because you need a power outlet to power this thing up. Now, they do have the SL60B version of this light, which comes with the battery, but I couldn't find it on Amazon, so unfortunately, I'll have to pick this SL60W for this review and put up a test for you guys. Now, let me interview, a home studio or a product shoot. Do keep a couple of these handy in your kit bag. It's a good quality light and packs a lot of value for your budget. So that's it for now. All the links are going to be in the description. Let me know what you think of this video in the comments. And if you like what you see, go hit the like button and subscribe if you love the video. I'll see you soon with another one. Till again, Forest Tech, signing out.